Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ciro Zanetti, and for tonight's matchup, it will be at Tantasqua Regional High School for the Division III Men's State Semifinals. It will be between the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles and St. John's. This will be a big matchup for both teams, as Central is looking to repeat history as they did last year, being the Division III state champions. However, it will not be an easy task, as there will be cautions, as St. John's is looking up to put up a big fight. However, now we'll be going back up to the booth for the game broadcasting. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into Focus Springfield. This is Ciro Zanetti reporting live at Tantasqua Regional High School for tonight's matchup between the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles and the St. John's Pioneers. It will be the boys' Division III high school football state semifinals between two teams that have fought their way to the top in this situation, and of course the Eagles, who are the defending state champs from 2018-19 high school season. As the coin toss was up, the Eagles decided to defer, and they will be kicking it off as the Pioneers are ready to receive. On the kickoff, it will be Gabriel. Kick is up, squibbed down to the 40, and it will be going out of bounds, and that is a way to start for the Pioneers. Flag thrown, and they will be put on perfect scenario. The flag being put on the field will definitely advance the Pioneers and put them in a situation where you would love to start a game like this, especially the state semifinals. The reward of this, going to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to play, of course, where the beloved Patriots of New England always play. So, of course, this is a high school experience that a lot of players definitely want to experience. So, not only that, but to represent your city and state under the bright lights of Foxborough. And now for the opening drive. It's Schofield in the backfield. Ball set to snap. He's going to lob it up quick. Incomplete pass early on, as that was intended for Stackley.
Pass is incomplete. Second down and 10.
And for the Eagles, that was a great defensive presence as they were able to secure an incompletion. It will be second down for the Pioneers. It's Hilton with the handoff ball. Handoff to Hilton, and he was able to
gain of 2 on the play.
Get a good carry on it. And that being a third down, 2-yard gain. The defense from the Eagles is there. Schofield on the drop back, looking to throw it. It looks like the pass is caught, but it is incomplete. And they'll bring up fourth down and 8. Just like that, the Eagles are able to mark their territory.
It's fourth down and 8 for St. John's.
And a quick 3-and-out. Even with the penalty on the special teams start for the Eagles, they will be getting the ball back unless, of course, trick play is put up. So set the punt. And it's a bad snap. Ball loose. He tries to punt it on the recover, but it's put up to the 50. And now they're going to let it bounce and see where it lands. It'll be around the 45. So on a recovered punt off of the block on it, definitely what you want to see on the special team side for the Pioneers. So now the Eagles will be taking over after a exquisite stop on the defensive end for them to start it off. Ball set to be in action. And it's Boston on the end-around play. He'll be going through, and he runs his way up, grabbing the yards he needs to be.
Carry for Springfield Central is Isaac Boston for a Central first down.
And on the run was Boston on the handoff from Watson, and that's going to advance them for the first down. Just like that, the Eagles able to take it. Now it's Watson. Faking the handoff to Boston. Instead, it's Crawford who splits down in the middle to go. He'll get a gain.
Carry by Marcus
Of about-
Crawford, gain of about 4.
4 yards, and that'll bring up second down for the Eagles. And Watson handoff again to Boston. Boston will wrap around, and it looks like he may have been able to get it.
Isaac
Maybe it
Boston.
was short.
Carrying for Springfield Central.
And on the carry,
It is a first down for Springfield Central.
it looks like it. So the confusion on the play was that the handoff to Boston was not exactly the first time, but they were able to get it down. And another advance from Boston on the end around handoff. So now looking to fake it instead, he gives it to Crawford, and Crawford rips through, punches up for the first down for the Eagles.
Carry by Marcus Crawford
As they're able to move
for a
forward,
gain of about 9 yards.
and he comes short.
2nd and 1.
So now it's Watson. On the spike, it's down to Crawford. Crawford to go down. And it
Carry by Marcus Crawford down to about the 1 yard line.
on the big run from Crawford, he's able to advance the Eagles down to the 1 inside for first and goal for the Eagles. And now in trick formation, Lockett, Thornton, Crawford in the backfield. Watson holds on, and they'll bring it in for the touchdown
Central.
for the Eagles.
Touchdown
Starting off the game, it was the QB
by
keeper
quarterback William
from William Watson, who was able to start it up for the Eagles on the opening drive for them as they had a first down to start it off. They brought themselves into the end around play from Isaac Boston, and then the big rush from Marcus Crawford will bring them into the end zone as Watson is able to score for the Eagles. And the PAT is no good as Crawford's kick has been blocked.
St. John's, nothing.
So after the opening drive for the Eagles, they are able to put up 6. However, the PAT no good. So that's putting St. John's in a situation where they are able to take the lead if they are able to score on this drive. As we saw in the opening drive for St. John's, there was, of course, not the best offensive opening, and the defense wasn't there. So we'll see what they can do now with their standout players, and of course, what Central's defense, if they can stay on top of it, how they started. And now on the kick, they squib it down, and seeing what they'll do, there's the recovery. And the big return for the Pioneers as it was Stakely bringing it down on the squib kick. So that puts the Pioneers at a relatively similar spot to where they started. So we'll see what they can do here and what Schofield will need his team to do.
1st and 10 St. John's from the 40-yard line.
On the halfback toss, they give it up to 26. Ricardo
Carried by
Hilton.
Ricardo Hilton.
able to get a solid gain of 3.
Second down and 7.
They'll put the Pioneers at 2nd and 7. On the drop back is Schofield, throwing it up deep, looking for his receiver, and the big breakup for the Eagles.
Pass intended for Jay Brunel is incomplete.
Schofield was looking for Brunel, but instead, the Eagles were there to stop him. Third and 7 for the Pioneers. Schofield's gonna hold on to it, and he's taken down on the QB keeper. He's able to advance a little, but he's not able to get the first down as a swarm of Central players get onto him instantly. They're gonna use that no huddle offense, and they're gonna move the chains to go for it on 4th and 4. The pressure is there. They gotta move it. And a big hit on the reception, and he gets it to go for the first down for the Pioneers. They get it to Brunel.
From Schofield to Jay Brunel for a first down.
So now, of course, that was a huge play that you would need Central to complete, and of course, the Pioneers were able to convert on 4th down, and here's Schofield. He goes for the QB keeper. Finds a distance, and he's taken down big, and the ball is out, and they do recover it. But there was a big hit.
Schofield carries on the play. There was a fumble.
And Brunel was able to recover it. And they're going to call a penalty for holding on the offense.
There was a flag on the play.
So the play will be brought back as the recovered fumble will end up being a holding call on St. John's. And with 7:23 to go in the first quarter, we are at the score of 6-0 for the Eagles, but now Pioneers. Ready to snap his Schofield, and he's throwing it up deep, and he gets it to go. An incredible pass thrown up to the end zone, complete to number 5, Iman Dennis.
To Eamon Dennis for a touchdown, St. John's.
And the play right there to start it off for St. John's. They have the opportunity to take the lead as Dennis zooms into the end zone for 6 for the Pioneers. And Schofield with the beautiful arm leading him up to a successful finish to the house for the Pioneers. Now that was the momentum they needed on the PAT. It is up, and it is signaled good as the Valley's extra point attempt is good, putting up the Pioneers up 1 against the Eagles.
I do it for lacrosse, so the numbers are different. So I can't always find it right away.
Is this the scoreboard that I'm used to? I have to use it.
Well, I mean, the story of that drive was, of course, the conversion on 4th down, as we saw the QB keeper that led the Pioneers to convert, and of course, had the opportunity to complete that play. And now La Valley will be kicking it out for the Pioneers.
Who's the next guy?
You got 1 and 5 there. 5 is the next one.
Mahari Miller. 13 kicking off.
Yep.
Samuel Valley will kick off for St. John's.
And with the kickoff after the previous score, once again from Iman Dennis, from the pass from Schofield, we'll see what the Eagles can do on this. And they're going to send it out, and it will be Boston who returns it. In Boston, dipping through, gets past to the 50, to the 40. Going down on a big return.
The long kickoff return by
And Boston
Isaac
doing what he has done all season on the special teams and
Springfield Central.
bringing the Eagles in perfect territory for the offensive end, and they will be on the 22-yard line to start this drive. And we've seen a lot of those flashy moves from Boston throughout the season on those returns, and once again, able to do it. So now it's Waston with Crawford in the backfield. Lined up, he has Griffin and Boston as well. On the snap, he's going to hand it off to Ellison. Ellison spin moving his way through, standing up, but instead after the swarm of players is able to take him down on the second down now.
Loss of 2 on the play.
On the move, there was many spin moves, but he was not able to advance up as he is marked down for a loss of 2 for the Eagles. 2nd and 12 for the Eagles. Boston on the snap. It's Watson throwing it up. It's to Griffin. The pass was complete, but he was not able to stay in bounds.
Griffin is incomplete.
Bringing up 3rd and 12, putting the Eagles in a tough situation. Of course, 3rd and 12, if they're not able to convert it, it's almost as if they need to go for it because they don't really have the kicking favors on their side. So we'll see what Watson can do. And he throws it to Crawford. Crawford manning his way through, dipping down into the house for 6 for the Eagles.
As was Watson, touchdown by Marcus Crawford.
As the shovel pass from Watson to the junior Crawford, he's able to get himself into the end zone on the shovel pass for 6 more for the Eagles. Well, the Eagles able to show some more life in this game after letting up a point. After letting up a score, they're able to get back on the offensive end and overcome that 3rd and 12 situation and lined up the 2-point conversion. And they signal that the 2-point conversion is good.
2-point conversion.
As the pass
is good
was
by Springfield Central.
complete. And they were able to find
That
senior
pass was
Kevin
complete.
Key for the 2-point
Kevin Key
conversion.
for the 2-point conversion. Scores now Springfield Central 14, St. John 7.
And with a successful drive for the Eagles, they will go back up. And of course, the difference maker is now that 2-point conversion, putting them up a whole score, as they would have only been up 12-7. So it puts them in the predicament of having a full possession lead. So it's Gabriel on the kickoff. He's going to squib it once again. The ball fielded on the return.
Returned by Richard Hilton.
And it was Hilton
First and 10,
on
St.
the return.
From the 40-yard line.
5:57 to go in the first quarter, as we have seen scoring efforts on both sides putting up on the board. And we'll see what Schofield can do on this drive. He's going to throw it to Smith to check that Brunel,
Pass is complete.
but he was able to receive it.
Jay Brunel.
However, Miller
Gain of 5.
was able to take him down on the defensive end, and that will
Tackle was by
bring up 2nd
Bahari Miller.
and 5 on the 5-yard gain. Schofield on the drop back, throwing it up, and it's almost picked off from Thornton, and he zooms his way through, and he's taken down with the help of C.J. Davis
Nicholas Correll.
and Jose Nieves.
Pass is complete.
But the big play right there
29, Nicholas Corelli.
was Corelli,
First down.
who was able to get a big gain for the Pioneers, putting them in excellent field position on this first down. And that was also nearly picked off,
Schofield's pass is incomplete.
as Schofield will not be able to complete that pass, bringing up 2nd and 10 for the Pioneers.
Second down and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Husband back, so
And now for the Pioneers, 2nd and 10. Lined up as Schofield. The pass is waved complete to Jay Brunel.
A gain of about 9 yards.
Brunel's completion will bring up a 9-yard gain for the Pioneers, and that will mean it is 3rd and 1. A lot of no huddle going on for the Pioneers as they are looking to move the chains on their offensive drive. He's going to pitch it. And on that play was Ricardo Hilton.
Ricardo Hilton. That is a St. John's first down.
So on the pitch, Hilton was able to stroll up for the first down for the Pioneers. And now Schofield goes down big with the Terry Lockett stop.
Carried by Colin Schofield. Tackled by
The
number
QB
9,
keeper
Terry Lockett.
unable to really advance. And 2nd down for the Pioneers. Schofield this time looking for Brunel, and they signal touchdown for the Pioneers as they were able to get back up on the board, tying it up. Well, being able to tie it up, making the score 13-14 before the extra point is up, and it was another beautiful pass from Schofield as he is setting his receivers up for the dots, as it was Brunel bringing it to the house for 6.
Word on the snack chat. Is it open? Any specials?
hot dogs and hamburgers tonight, and there's nothing, no taco.
And on the PAT, the kick is good from LaValle. And now tie game once again as we have our hands full with this one.
Central, 14.
Here in the boys Division III high school state semifinals, we have seen a good one already. 4 total scoring drives out of 5 total drives in the game. So this is definitely very energetic and a live game for both sides.
And I heard Matt saying, Chef Huffman do it.
So with St. John's being able to score on that drive, it does still put up the Eagles to score as well. But of course, the big difference between these two guys, if these two teams continuing to score, it will give the Eagles a chance to have a lead solidified because they do get ball at half. So LaValle on the kick, it will be fielded, and that will be Lockett who fields it, and he will be taking that down, and the Eagles will be taking over.
We got a Joe Griffin Jr.
So now for the Eagles, after a successful drive on the previous attempt, we'll see what they can do here. It's Watson with Crawford in the backfield. Lined up as Boston. He fakes the end around, and once again the dive pat handoff to Crawford as
Carried by Marcus
it was a
Crawford.
small gain on the play.
Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8.
On the gain will bring up 2nd and 8, and
Tackle by St. John's, Nick Martuccelli.
the Eagles looking to see what they can do. And he's going to keep it. He gives it to Griffin. Griffin could not hold on to it, and that will be an incomplete pass, bring up 3rd and 8 for the Eagles.
His father's one of the coaches.
And Watson set to snap. He bobbles it, but he holds on. He's able to dip to the right, throwing on the run. He gets it to Crawford. Crawford.
Is that complete back?
Is it was it?
Pass is complete to
So
Crawford.
a little confusion on the play on the loss. It was because of the bobble on the snap.
And 13.
And they'll bring up 4th and 13 on the 1-yard loss after the completion. Crawford behind the line of scrimmage. That will put the Eagles in what seems to be punting territory. And Miller on the punt. Seeing where it lands, it looks like it'll be a good spot,
38-yard line.
which will make the Pioneers have to take over on the 38-yard line.
1st and 10, St. John's.
Well, after the successful drive for the Pioneers on the previous attempt, we saw a huge spark of electricity on the offense of how you were able to see Schofield manipulate the ball and throw some perfect dots to his receivers and see Brunel get a receiving touchdown. And now for the Pioneers, we see Dennis fly his way down the field
Carry by
on a
Anthony Dennis
big
for a St. John's first
pickup for the Pioneers. The first play of the drive will be a 1st down. Success for the Pioneers. And in the backfield is Hilton.
Richardo Hilton on the carry.
Short gain on the carry that brings up 2nd down. Schofield on the drop back. Looks to find his target, and it's nearly caught. However, the pressure from Bolden, Thornton, and Nieves were big for the Eagles. That'll be 3rd and 10 for the Pioneers. And we've seen what they can do on 3rd and 4th down, so they shouldn't be in such a, of course, big debacle. However, it's always nice to confirm 1st down when you can. But do not count out the long ball from Schofield. Schofield, pass incomplete, bring up 4th and 10.
Schofield's pass is incomplete.
And now the special teams
4th down
unit
and 10,
seems
St.
to be coming
John's.
out for the Pioneers. Schofield. And it's out, so they will not be going for it on this with 1:54 to go in the 1st quarter.
Punting for St. John's, number 81.
The tie game as of now. We will see how this will change. And a big whiff on the punt. Looks like barely got any yardage on it, and will put the Eagles in perfect position.
Ball is down on the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, Springfield Central.
For the Eagles, they'll get another go at their last attempt and seeing how they messed it up on the drive. So we'll see how Watson can lead the team. And there's the handoff for the Eagles. Crawford is able to get a
Carry
short
by
gain,
number 20, Marcus Crawford. Gain of 6 on the play.
about 6, so Crawford able to advance the Eagles down a little, putting them at 2nd and 4. We'll see if Watson sticks to the dive handoff or uses his arm. And Watson's going to hand it off again to Crawford, and Crawford being taken down big time with a loss of yards.
Carried by Marcus Crawford. A loss on the play.
We saw a swarm of St. John's Pioneers getting there for the tackle to stop Crawford, putting him in a 3rd down. We'll see what the Eagles are able to do here. And we'll see if the crowd can get in the head of the Eagles as Watson signaling. Another handoff to Crawford as he looks like he pummels his way through to punch it in for the 1st down on the handoff.
Carried by Marcus Crawford for a central 1st down.
Another big run for Crawford, setting up the Eagles for 1st and 10. Game clock winding down for the 1st quarter. 3 seconds left. And with it, looks like it's a breakaway for the Eagles, as Crawford is able to bring his way once again down to the 5-yard line on a tremendous run for the Eagles. And once again, Crawford coming up big for the Eagles as he's able to stroll down his way into the end zone. So that will be the end of the 1st quarter here at Tantasqua Regional High School. For the boys, Division III state semifinals between the Central High School Golden Eagles and the St. John's Pioneers. We're tuning in to Focus Springfield. This is Cyril Zanetti. Once again, your score, 14 St. John's to 14 Central.
Hot dogs, hamburgers, drinks. Visit the snack shack. Score at the end of 2 quarters, St. John's 14, Springfield Central 14. That is the end of the 1st quarter. Correct? What did I say, halftime?
2 quarters.
I thought it was halftime. I wish. Let's go. It felt like a half. Hey, good thing you're here.
And now on the quarter switch, the Eagles will be on the opposite side of the field now, of course, at relative distance on the goal line.
Yeah. Say the wrong name.
Inside the 10, the Eagles looking for another successful drive to put them up 21-14 at most. To see how it goes, Watson set to snap it off.
Touchdown, Marcus Crawford.
And for the Eagles, another touchdown for the running back Marcus Crawford, as he seems to be powering his way through this defense, as the rushing is just unstoppable for the Eagles right now. Looking to see the stop for the Pioneers. And that will be 2014 now. Now, the 1st quarter was very long, of course, because of the excessive amount of passing completions that would stop the clock. So now we'll see how the 2nd quarter goes. Of course, with the heavy rush offense, there'll be a 2-point conversion now. Watson holds on to it. He overthrows it as he was targeting Ellison on the two-point conversion. Is no good for the Eagles. Your score with a 6-point lead is the Golden Eagles up 20 to St. John's 14.
Permanent exile. You guys need this open? Okay.
So now the Eagles set to kick it off. And it's Gabriel on the kick. He squibs it once more, and Pioneers set to return, and it's a big tackle
No, 12.
for the Eagles as mistakenly who returned it for the Pioneers.
First and 10, St. John's from the 48-yard line.
And now the first down for the Pioneers. We'll see what they can do after an unsuccessful last drive. After the Eagles were able to put their points up after this, we'll see what Schofield can lead the Pioneers to. He's going to drop back, looking for the options. Slip to 26 as he's taken down, presumably, with the help from Corey Jackson on the tackle. As Cam Lee was also in there, and Mahari Miller. So on the loss of the yard from the handoff, that was Hilton on the carry, brings up second down for the Pioneers. And on the snap, he fakes the handoff, and he is able to find his target in Brunel, but the tackle is made almost instantly. As they'll bring up third down
No gain on the play.
for the Pioneers.
Third and 11.
Remains 3rd and 11 for them, as we've seen a lot of targeting to Brunel as it's working.
Timeout, St. John.
And on the field, there's a timeout for St. John's. A quick recap of what we've seen so far already. We've seen a successful drive from the Eagles to start off the second quarter. In a 2014 score, we've seen
A pair of black,
already
warm,
6-point
winter gloves
backup lead for 11:03
were found.
into the second quarter.
If you lost them, you can pick them up at the MIAA sign-up table. Oh, I can say press box. What is it, press box?
That's what it is.
Correction on that. You can pick them up in the press box. Thank you.
And as the timeout runs, the Pioneers are back on the field. We'll see how they can keep it going. And on the snap, he throws it up deep. His target to Dennis, as it is seemed to be picked off by Mahari Miller. And a big-time interception for the Eagles as Mahari Miller holds it in on forced turnover for the Eagles.
First and 10 Central.
And now the Eagles get to take over once more after their last drive was deemed successful, putting up 6. We'll see how they take over. They'll be on the 20. And we'll see what Watson can do now for his offense. Now, you talk about a guy like Mahari Miller, who was last year a quarterback option almost every game for the Eagles, who's now playing as a huge defensive option, but now back to the field. It's Crawford on the handoff.
Carried by number 20, Marcus Crawford.
And he dips down for a gain of about 3.
Gain of 2 on the play, second and 8.
2nd and 7 will be the call after that run.
They're waiting for you. Looks like 2 yards to me. I agree. Not changing it.
And Watson to Griffin. The sophomore excels his way past the first down as he's taken down after a big gain on the play.
Pass is complete to Joe Griffin. First down.
And Griffin, a standout receiver for the Eagles almost this whole season. We're seeing in tonight's matchup his importance on the field as 2 big receptions for Griffin. And now, on the first down, he hands it off to Ellison, and Ellison, with the wheels, gets the first down and then some jukes to the right. Taken down
Long carry by Andre
inside the 20 as Ellison,
Central first down.
the former running back, now playing receiver on the end-around handoff, was big for that. And now Ellison looks to be injured. Seems that he's down on the field. As he's able to get up, there will be a first down for the Eagles, and he is going to sit this one out. And after the big game, it seemed that Ellison took a bump. It seemed to affect him, hoping that he will get better as the game goes on. However, 1st and 10 for the Eagles. 10:07 to go in the first half. We see Crawford back in the backfield. Switches back. It's going to be a distant handoff to Crawford as he
Carry by number 20.
is able to get it.
Tackle by
Good
number
gain for
58,
5.
Braden
Crawford. Another big gain for Crawford as, of course, his presence has been needed on this team as he's been our #1 rusher for the Eagles. We've seen Crawford again punches through for
Marcus Crawford carries for another first down.
the first down. He punches it in, and now for the Eagles, they'll be inside the 10 for 1st and goal. And another handoff to Crawford, and he is in the end zone to the house for 6. And the Eagles up 6 more for the scoreboard to be 26-14 before the attempt seems to be set up. And now the Eagles with another successful drive leading to the 6-point score from Crawford again. And the conversion is up for them to see what they will do. And Watson on the option, he holds on to it and he throws it. Incomplete pass for the 2-point conversion, as that is another no good conversion for the Eagles.
By number 30, Darren Appia.
So with 9:20 to go, we've seen 2 successful scores, both by Central High School. And of course, we talk about this matchup being something special. 26-14 once again is your current score. We'll see, however, how St. John's is able to recover on the offensive end, but their defense has not been able to stop this rushing excellence of Marcus Crawford. And now Gabriel for the kickoff. Once again, 9:20 to go in the first half.
Her son taught here. Oh, we like the high school here.
And Gabriel's kick is once again squibbed. And it's muffed, and it looks like it could have been recovered. However, St. John's is able to hold on to it.
Covers.
And they'll be taking over.
Recovered by Antonio Stately. 1st and 10, St. John's.
So finally, Gabriel's squib kick works to draw them some time on the recovery, as it was muffed by Stakely, but recovered by him as well. St. John's will be set for the first down. And on the toss,
Carry by number 5, Eamon Dennis for a loss.
So is to Dennis on the handoff,
Tackle by number 6, Tyson Thornton.
and he was able to. He stopped for 2 by Thornton, and of course, 2nd and 12 for the Pioneers. They've been put in this situation the last 2 drives, and they haven't been able to recover. We'll see how they are able to do on this instance. Schofield will drop back, looking for his man, and it's incomplete on the stop
Pass is
from
incomplete
Nieves.
to number 1, Jay Brunel.
And now that'll bring up 3rd and
Third down
12
and 12.
for the Pioneers, and another big incompletion and a big stop from the Eagles.
He's not in the booth.
Is he out the door?
And Schofield, the pass is complete to Brunel, and he looks to be good for the first down.
Pass complete.
And on the
First
big
down.
gain, Brunel once again being found, as Schofield has made it clear what he can do.
We got it.
And now the big stop for the Eagles. It was Messiah's lead
Lee Messiah is on the tackle, number 54 for Central.
on the big stop. Now 2nd and 12 once again. Schofield on the drop back. Pass complete. And it's a big hit from C.J.
Pass
Davis.
complete for a first down.
As the
from
pass was
Schofield
complete to
and Antonio
Stakely.
Tackle was made by number 26, Giuliano J.G.
And now on the first down, Pioneers will pitch it off on the triple option, but he's slips. He's not able to do it.
No, he got it.
So the triple option attempt
Carry by Eamon Dennis for a loss.
was no good for a gain. However, the 4-yard loss will be targeted as 2nd and 14 will be set up for the Pioneers. We'll see how the defense reacts on the pass, as it was led for Dennis, but he wasn't able to be there on the leading on pass from Schofield. 3rd and 14 will set up St. John's in a must-need situation to grab this first down. To be down 2 drives and giving Central the opportunity to score again will be crucial. You do not want that to happen, so they need to at least make something happen on this offensive end and finish the drive successfully. Schofield on the drop back. And pass incomplete once again, and they'll bring it 4th down for the Pioneers.
14.
So 4th and 14, the special teams unit seems to be coming out for the Pioneers, and we'll see where the ball will be placed. Of course, this is a big punting option.
I saw her down there,
He's got like a 3.9 average or something in school.
Good for him.
And on the punt, it'll be cleared, and the Eagles will be set
They're invited him to come to camp, so
to return, and they'll be up on 1st and 10 now.
1st and 10 for Springfield Central from the 16-yard line.
So on the 16, the Eagles have another chance for a big score. So now let's see what Watson will do. handoff is to Crawford, and he gets past for the first down. Crawford zooming down to 30, the 20, the 10, to the house for 6 for the Eagles.
Marcus Crawford.
And another rushing touchdown for the Eagles as Crawford has been dismantling this defense. Being the weakness is that rushing stoppage. And they are running all over them, that's for sure. It's Crawford putting on an excellent performance. Let's see what they can do. 6:16 to go in the first half, and the Eagles once again get on the board. It'll be 32-14, depending. And there will be a timeout called. So there's all the confusion, and it will be from Central, probably to clear up what they want to do, whether it's a 2-point conversion or a PAT kick attempt. So once again, 6:16 to go in the first half. We've seen a dominating rushing performance from junior Marcus Crawford, as well as a good performance in leading the team down the field in William Watson. Defense has been there. Key stops from Jose Nieves, Tyson Thornton, CJ Davis, and Mahari Miller as well. Now for the Pioneers, we've seen a tremendous amount of great plays from Brunel and Dennis. Schofield has found both receivers several times and set them up for big breakaways.
They crushed the Western West. 50-0.
I have the lower, I do the clock, I always have a lower level clock.
Now Crawford set to kick, showing shades like his sister Desiree Crawford. Crawford, a standout athlete, as he's a good soccer player, great lacrosse player,
Marcus Crawford.
play basketball, and of course,
Central 33.
the running back for your Golden
John's
Eagles.
14.
And so now the kick good. Crawford advances up to 33-14 now. And the Eagles definitely starting the way they want it to against St. John's.
I think it was
And set to kick is Gabriel again. We'll see if we'll see another squib from Central. And it will be. And it will be taken down as the Pioneers look to take the field. On the 1st and 10 drive, 6:16
Ball is down.
to go in the first half. This is a must-score position for the Pioneers, as the lackluster offense this quarter has been big. And of course, the defensive presence for the Eagles has showed up. And they will be getting an offsides. That will be called on Lee.
Play offside Central.
So
5-yard penalty.
that will be a 5-yard penalty and resumes first down. So 1st and 5 position for the Pioneers will be big, as we'll see. They can take advantage of it, and Schofield on the drop back, throwing it up, and it looks like Miller almost picked it off, but he cannot hold on to it,
Number 5, Amy Dennis is
and that will be incomplete, setting up 2nd and 5 for the Eagles.
not surprised.
You know, someone trying to take a left out of that scary
Now.
parking lot, and you got the T-bone.
Out of Fiskill or out of
No, out of that scurry drive.
Another
Scurry
slow
across the street,
quarter, you could say, because of the continuous incompletion, stopping the clock and keeping it going. Schofield on the triple option, this time looking to see if it works. And Hilton
Hilton
gets the
for a
first down
St. John's first
on the
down.
triple option pitch.
Tackle was by number 24,
And Corey Jackson
Corey
gets the
Jackson.
tackle.
Yeah, someone trying to call that switch, please do that. Pitch one.
And now less than 6 to go in the first half.
That is.
On the first down attempt now, we'll see Schofield doesn't. He pitches it off to Hilton, and Hilton stopped after he tries to spin away from traffic. He's taken down by a swarm of Central players, including Tyson
Carried by
Thornton
Machado Hilton for a loss of
and Terry
yard.
Lockett, as well as Dante Bolden, now 2nd and 11 for the Pioneers. He'll hold on to it for the pass. And he gets it to go, and there it is for your Pioneers.
Pass is
Complete to
Dennis for a
Iman Dennis
St. John's
for the touchdown for the Pioneers. As they get back on the scoreboard, got to get to a 13-point lead before the extra point. And what a pass. Schofield showing off that arm. And the wheels from Dennis. Getting into the house for 6 is big for the Pioneers, as I mentioned, because the Eagles get ball at half. You want to cut it to it, whatever you can, to make sure that you can be confident with giving it out at the half and make sure that you stop the Eagles.
Sam LaValle.
And the extra point is good. The kicker, LaValle.
Springfield Central 33, St. John.
So now the
21.
Eagles still remain in the lead. Now it's 33-21. 5:09 to go in the first half.
Not bad. In all honesty. That's
And now with 5:09 to go, if I'm Coach Brower, I try to keep the ball for as much as you can, but of course advance it. Depending on how they break it up for the return, we'll see if Boston can put them in a good situation offensively. So the kick will be fielded. Boston looking to return it. He will be in bad territory. Instead, he's going to let it go back for the touchback and set the Eagles up in a good situation, in a safe territory, instead of where it possibly could have been if he decided to pick it up and run it back. So now, the freshman Watson, the story to hear about. He comes into Central as a freshman and, of course, known in the area as an incredible football player. Getting that starting spot, moving standout quarterback Isaac Bossett from last year receiver, and the other option from the quarterback, Mahari Miller, to the defensive back, and really putting the Eagles in a situation that you just like to see with all this versatility. And there it is, quarterback to former quarterback. And now Watson, pass complete. And speaking of what we were saying, pass
Pass complete to Joe Griffin for a gain
to
of
Griffin
9
was
yards.
good. And now Watson on 2nd and 1 on the 9-yard gain. We'll see what happens. And it's a handoff to Crawford. He reads the blocks. He sheds his way through to punch it in for the first down for the Eagles.
Central first down.
And the first down again for the Eagles. And we'll see
Are you doing tickets?
I wasn't supposed to be, but like I said,
this plans out.
too many people can't do simple math. I don't like math teachers.
What's the MIA charge?
7 and
And
10.
Watson to look for Key. And he holds on to it. And Kevin Key with the reception
Complete to number 80.
on the short gain. They'll bring up 2nd down for the Eagles on about
Gain of 6.
6.
Second and 4.
Bring up 2nd and 4. So now with the clock winding faster than it has been, Watson lasering it down, and the pass seems to be complete, and that is to Isaac Boston,
Pass is complete. Isaac Boston.
the former quarterback for the Eagles, making big plays on the receiving end. Now Watson, after the big play, we'll see what he does. Looking for a keeper, but he instead throws it out, and that was a smart play. You don't want to be put into a situation that puts your body at risk, because running and throwing off the right could also be interception danger. So throwing it out, smart move. They get another chance, 2nd and 10. However, there will be a flag.
There's a flag on the play. There is a timeout, St. John's. Not sure what the flag here was.
So the flag not really discussed. Timeout called by St. John's. 3:13 to go in the first half. Your score, 33 from your Eagles to 21 for the Pioneers.
Is it in the town of Westwood?
Yes.
Is that up? Is that up 495 or
I
something?
think it's, hang on, I'm bringing it up right now. I thought it was
on 128.
south of 128.
Yeah,
south.
like where Waltham and then is. You know where Norwood's the auto mile?
And once again, we are
Kelsey never drank
here
it.
for the Boys Division III High School State Semifinals. And defending state champs for Division III football, your Central High School Golden Eagles, starting off very strong on the offensive end. So now Watson, with a big penalty called, it'll be 1st and 25. They will have to have a big gain on this. And it will be a handoff to Crawford to see what he can do, but he's not able to get an exceptionally big gain. However, gets past the line of scrimmage, and he gets a gain of 5, bringing up 2nd and about 20.
He's getting the gloves.
Standing in front of the heater up here.
2:45 to go in the first half. Watson on the drop back. He's going to keep it. He goes down the middle and he slides, but he kind of dives at the same time. He is able to get down regardless.
Carried by William Watson.
Moving the ball down
Brings up a 3rd and 12 for Central.
close to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 12 for the Eagles. And now 2:09 to go. Watson to throw again. He's going to have to keep it. He throws it up for Boston, and Boston could not hold on to it on the big breakup on the defensive end, and that was an incredible effort on the defensive end for the Pioneers. That was number 21,
This is how I'm up in the press box.
John Melissi.
For the officials, if you would like. How many do I need?
So 4th and 12 will be brought up for the Eagles.
I will get on that right now.
With 1:54 to go, if I'm in this situation, I go for it. And there will be a flag on the play. It's against Central.
Illegal man downfield against Central.
Declined, and that will bring up 4th down for the Eagles. And they will bring out the special teams unit. However, you could see a special play. Of course, when your punter is a quarterback, you never know what could be underwear. And now Miller. He's going to punt it. And it's placed for about the 19.
Punt goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
And the Pioneers will take over.
St. John's.
1:45 to go in the first half. If the Pioneers are able to score here, it will be very beneficial for them, putting them in a much better predicament as they were, you could say, 7 minutes ago, as they were trailing big time, but that big touchdown for Pioneers really came up big for them. 1st and 10 at Schofield. And nearly picked off again, as it seemed as if Boston and Lee were there for it.
St. John's.
So that'll be 2nd and 10 for the Pioneers on the incomplete pass. Stopping the clock again because of the incompletion, remaining at 1:41 to go.
Something to make that clock.
And now
That ain't gonna work.
pass, you could say wide to the left
Schofield's
on
pass is incomplete.
big incompletion.
3rd and 10, St. John's.
Schofield no good. That will be 3rd and 10. And the clock stopped again for the incompletion. 1:36 to go in the first half. And a big snap, he's not able to have enough time. They'll bring up 4th down on the big sack.
By number 45, Zach Jones. 4th down and 16.
And on that sack was number 54, Messiah Lee.
St. John's calling?
And the timeout will be on Central.
Timeout called by.
There'll be 1:24 to go now in the first half. Of course, on that play, there was a high snap, so the loss of 7 being crucial on the big sack from Lee. Now to resume. To go for it here is dumb, so of course they would have to punt it. Now, seeing the distance on the punt. See what they will put Central in for territory for the last couple seconds of the game, and the punt is not cleared well as they are put in beautiful territory with time. It seemed as if Central kind of wanted the ball just to let the clock go, but in this position, you can't even deny trying to score up and put up at least a field goal.
25-yard line.
So now on the 25, the Eagles are in great position. So now Watson, he has it and he pitches it. It's to Boston. And Boston holding on to it after the fake pitch. He stiff arms and he's ran into it. And there will be a penalty on the
Pass
play.
guys in Boston.
It looks like there's a flag on the field after the big play. So it might be,
Gain of about 8, and there is a flag on the play.
they're going to call a face mask on Boston. They call the face mask on Boston for the stiff arm, so that will push Central back on the big play. So once again, the first half winding down, 1:04 to go. 33 from Centrals to 21 from the Pioneers.
1st and 10 Central from the 30-yard line. Was it the first down?
So after the game, once again, the penalty was set back Central first in about 15, 14-ish. And now Watson set the snap. Gets the drop back and he's going to keep it. Throwing it up to Boston. Boston, no good. Pass incomplete.
Pass intended for Isaac Boston.
And now 39 to go in the first half.
brings up a second and 15.
Once again, second and 15 for the Eagles.
Good job, you sound good up there.
Do I?
Yeah, you do. Sound awesome.
And with Crawford
Build my self-esteem.
set back for the handoff. Instead, he's going to hold on to it. Watson takes his time finding Boston, and Boston in for 6. Counted up for the Eagles.
Pass from Watson is complete to Isaac Boston.
And once again,
Touchdown.
another touchdown for your Eagles, with Boston on the big reception, splitting down through the middle to put it into the house. 39-21 now your score, and of course the Eagles will be receiving in the second half. So this score was big for them to put them up. And it's Crawford, the running back, set to kick the PAT. And no good on the attempt. So your score remains 39-21 after the Isaac Boston touchdown. And once again, with Isaac Boston, it's very impressive to think that our star quarterback from last year is now our star receiver for this year. The Eagles playing very well offensively, and after exposing the defense on the rushing end, they're playing well now on the passing end. So now, with 32 to go in the first half, we'll see what the Pioneers can do. In the situation, you think maybe to kneel it, to not risk any turnovers to put the Eagles in even more of an advantage. So it's Gabriel that will be set to kick it off for the Eagles. Now, even with the standout offensive dominance from the Eagles, we've seen some great plays from Brunel and Dennis. So now it looks like they're going to have them reset the kick. And Gabriel, once again, will he squib it as he has every time? We haven't seen a full kick from him. He's going to squib it again, almost as if it's an onside kick. And it's going to go down, and the Pioneers will take over.
55, Sebastian Romaine for St. John's.
So now, this is, of course, a possession that you want to be careful with if you are the Pioneers. You want to make sure that there are no turnovers, so to make sure that happens, you kneel the ball. So instead, Schofield, he's lined up with 32 to go in the first half. Schofield set the snap, and there's the handoff to Smith. It's to Dennis,
Number 5, Dennis.
and Dennis unable to get a big gain. And with the clock winding down,
No gain on the play.
they may just let it wind down after this last play. 10 to go. Schofield set on the snap, and the fake handoff, and he throws it for the completion, but brought down. That will be the end of the first quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into the boys Division III high school state semifinals between the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles and the St. John Pioneers.
21.
The Eagles up 39-21.
Visit Snack Shack.
You are watching Focus Springfield. This is Ciro Zanetti. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into Focus Springfield. This is Ciro Zanetti here for the boys Division III high school football state semifinals between the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles and the St. John Pioneers. To kick off the second half will be the Eagles to receive. 39-21 will be your starting score as the half is set for kickoff. And for the return, that'll be Velasquez. And gets a good return as he'll get to about the 40. And now for the Eagles, they'll be out there to kickstart it off. Getting the second half off to a good start will be an essential for the Eagles to continue their dominance. We see a lot of plays, including rushes from Crawford, and we'll see how the defense reacts. Now it's Watson. Fakes the handoff, give it to Boston. Boston tries to get past the line of scrimmage as he stands his ground after 3 unsuccessful attempts as the tackle as the last. Was able to get him down. And that was Wickham-Strum who was able to take him down. So now on the loss, it'll be second down. Now, Watson, he looks to pass. It's overthrown. The incomplete pass is not how you want to start the game. Start the second half.
For Crawford is incomplete.
So the attempt, no good. We'll
Third
move.
down and 11.
It has 3rd and 11 on their opening drive of the half. So to see what Watson will be able to assemble after this is very big. We need him to see a huge stop from the Pioneers. So now Watson on a wild formation.
5 receivers.
5 option. Watson set to throw. He's going to keep it, and he's going to stay in bounds. And they get it for the first down. Almost an illusion on the play as Watson sets up for 5 targets on the sign.
Central first
And he
down.
runs it in as a QB keeper for the first down for the Eagles. And the nickname for William Watson this year has been Pop, known throughout the school year, and now he gets the first down. And the attempt to Boston is no good.
Watson's pass to Boston is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
And now 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. So now 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. We'll see what they can do. And the end around to Boston again as he will stay up with the flag on the play.
Isaac Boston.
And there will be with the flag on the play, before it's announced, it will be a first down. And this may be coming back. It looks like it's going to be against Central. Yes.
Against Central.
So we'll push them back.
Guys, can you close that?
And a big penalty against the Eagles.
2nd down and 20 for Central.
And that will be a 10-yard penalty, setting up 2nd and 20 for the Eagles. So now, on the snap is Watson. He jukes his way out. He stands up, and they call it a sack.
52.
They call him down on the big play.
Watson is
Big defensive presence by the Pioneers.
Jamie Grantham. Brings up a 3rd and 31 for Central.
So a huge loss for the Eagles and a rough start to the quarter. 3rd and 31 for the Eagles. And Watson to throw it. Throwing it up deep. Pass complete for the Eagles. in a big time play. And the big reception on the play. That was Miles Ward.
For a central first down.
So an incredible play for the Eagles on that one from the sophomore Ward. Getting well past that first down mark, and he overcomes the odds on that one, making it 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And now the handoff to Crawford. He's going to get stopped on a
Central carry
rush.
by number 20, Marcus Crawford. Gain of 6.
Crawford to get the gain of 6 will bring up 2nd and 4 for Central, and now we'll see what sets up for them. On this drive, we haven't seen far as much rushing as we have this whole game. Of course, we've seen a lot from Crawford in the first half. And now, once again, the handoff to Crawford. As they're going to try to punch it into the end zone in this drive. We'll see it. The carry will be good for
Brings up a
1st and goal
first
for the
and goal
Eagles.
for the Fly.
As the quarter is definitely going by faster, as we've seen all game. We've seen a lot of passing that can kind of bring down the receivers from the freezing cold weather, and now a flag on the play will be against.
We have a flag.
We'll be seeing who it's against,
False start.
and it will be a false start on the offense. As the Eagles are brought back on that one, and that will be a pretty clutch play for
Brings
the Pioneers, putting the
a
Eagles
first and goal for the 10-yard line.
in a predicament. So the Eagles taking their time on this drive. It's made clear, and there's the handoff again for the Eagles.
Marcus Crawford on the carry for Central.
Once again, Crawford on the handoff. So we're now seeing the rushing attempts in this drive.
It's like between 6 and 7.
So now,
Second down, goal for the 6.
2nd and goal. For the Eagles. To throw it up. Pass complete. And it's complete to Griffin for the touchdown. And a very long drive for the Eagles. Griffin able to seal the deal and knock it off for 6 for the Eagles. As a very long drive with penalties setting them back. And a Miles Ward reception that pushed them down the field. And now Griffin with the reception. Very big for the Eagles. And now it's 87 Brendan Guy set to kick it for the PAT. And the kick is no good.
Extra point again by number 87, Brendan Guy, is no good.
So now, after another score for the Eagles, we'll see what the Pioneers can now do on the offensive end, as that was a very long drive to start the half. So 7:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. Score 45-21. Your Eagles ahead. And now the squib again, and the ball is out. It's muffed.
It could be, I think St. John's has it.
St. John's.
And they say St. John's recovers.
First and 10, St. John's on the 40-yard line.
St. John's was able to recover off the muff kick on the kickoff from Gabriel. So now looking to set the field for the first time. It's Schofield. Looks for his target. It's complete.
Pass complete to number 12, Antonio Stakely. Gain of 9 on the play. Second and 1.
Second and 1 for the Pioneers. Schofield looking for his man to get past for this first down. He brushes off the tackle, and he may be able to get into the house as he stopped last minute.
Horse collar, but
Pass complete to Luciano Bilton.
So it was Hilton on the breakaway,
something six was the broad-
and on the 6 was Tyson Thornton on the chase down tackle
Tyson
on the wheels for Central. A huge stop and a big setup for the Pioneers.
Is it the 2-yard line?
They are
First and goal from the 2-yard line. Fifth.
5:43 left in the third.
26.
And he's hauled back on the run.
Ball carrier
And the big stop from
Luciano Bilton.
number 50, Gregory Harris.
That's actually 6:20 left in the third. Yeah, 45-20.
No gain on that play.
With no gain on that play, we'll bring up second down for the Pioneers.
Yep. Yep. 22.
And now there's the snap again.
Oh, did he get it?
And they counted in for 6 for the Pioneers
Touchdown St. John's.
as they get in.
Ball carrier was Ethan Shipley.
And Shibley is able to knock it in for the Pioneers, setting them up for their first drive in the second half. They were able to knock in 6. So now 45-27 your score before the extra point attempt is up. Going for the 2-point conversion. And we'll see if it's a handoff, and he is not able to convert. 2-point, no good. And now they will be set to kick off.
22, Ethan Shipley. The 2-point conversion is no good.
On what?
Maybe pick one off, go pick 6.
They had a chance for the last thing. Yeah. And the guy's playing a buffer locking so much, he came up too slow. You played up where you should have. Yeah. The ball went right.
So now after the driving score for the Pioneers, let's see on the kickoff what the Eagles will do for the return. The score 45-27, Eagles still with the lead with 5:57 to go in the second half start, and it's Velasquez with the wheels again, splitting through the middle, not being stopped. He stumbles, but he holds his feet, and on the return is Velasquez for 6.
Frank Velasquez.
To the house again. Go the Eagles on a huge return to keep the Eagles pounding on the scoreboard. However, there is a player down on the field, it seems to be, for the Pioneers. But the score now 51-27. So, another man on the field is now back up, and the Eagles are set for their extra point. It's Crawford who will be once again kicking it off. And another player down. And that's Amon Dennis. And that's huge for them.
I don't know why they haven't covered kick coverage. He returns kicks.
So now Dennis
They won't even
being able to walk up on his own 2 feet and getting off the field after
some believable catch last week. I mean, he's nasty. And I know his right shoulder came up and asked for after a second. They're just like, I mean, they've been playing with these guys like if something happens. And he's going to really enroll in this game.
Brunel is, yeah.
and the kick is good from Crawford. On the PAT attempt, it's 52-27 now for the Eagles score going up. And 5:45 to go in the third quarter. Only starting a big return. Increasing it up for the Eagles as they just look to be going and going. There's no stopping them now.
Yeah, you're right.
56
And now Gabriel on the onside kick attempt, no good. And Pioneers are able to recover it.
Kickoff is down by number 90.
And the Pioneers to take it on good field position. So it's Schofield now, set to snap. He's gonna look, and the incomplete pass as Bolden was in the area, but didn't go for it.
Down and 10.
So with the incomplete pass, will bring up second down for the Pioneers. So now the handoff, and it seems like a huge hit on the play.
Yeah, it was 26 on the carry.
On the carry
16, I think that was that.
is Rachamo Hilton.
Ball carrier is number 26, Rachano Hilton. Tackled by number 16,
And Dante Bolden on the big hit,
Dante
and
Bolton.
showing his presence. He's able to take down Hilton on what could have been a breakaway run and a huge completion to Burnell and another big hit. And they're gonna throw a flag. And that was Burnell on the
Pass
reception.
complete to number 1, Jay Brunel. There is a flag on the play.
What does that mean?
Unfortunately. Penalty is against Springfield Central.
So with the head-on hit, it will put the Pioneers
5-yard line.
in much better position. So now 1st and 10. And the ball is out and is recovered by the Pioneers.
Loss of about 3 on the
There will
play.
be a loss of 3. 4:42 to go in the third quarter. 52-27 your score as of now. The Eagles still leading with some great offensive showing. However, you give props to the Pioneers showing up offensively to put up the points they have. And now Schofield and another big hit. And Bolden making his name known with another huge stop.
6, Luciano Hilton, tackled by number 16, Dante Bolton.
As Bolden there for another huge stop. As I said, it's just something that he's done all year. And for the Pioneers on that fumble, you could say it was the cold fingers and another incompletion. And with the temperature rising, or going down, I should say, it's definitely putting these guys in a cold situation. And now with the incompletions and the missed sacks, I mean, it's definitely got to take a toll on these guys. They got to be shivering out there. In 4th and 20 now. Got to go for it. We'll see how they take over on this one. It's Schofield now, looking for his man, and it's complete. However,
Pass is complete to number
there
5.
will be a flag on the play.
Get it for that. Late hits.
And Iman Dennis was able to get it, but there will be a flag. And on 4th down, a huge penalty is signaled. It looks like. We'll see what is officially ruled. So,
No, you're right.
They fought down, they got the ball, a little self-control out there.
with that, so the penalty will be called. And there will be a penalty on both sides. So it will be offsetting, I believe. So on both sides getting the penalty, it will offset it. And it's looking to be Central's ball.
No, they're switching balls. So it's Central's
It will be Central's ball on the offsetting penalties after a lot of confusion on the play.
1st and 10, Springfield Central.
So after a big drive for the Pioneers, those 2 penalties pretty much complete the deal for them on that drive, turning it over, and now the Eagles will take over. And it's Watson. He'll hand it off to be safe. And he stays up. And Crawford again,
Carried by number 20, Marcus Crawford.
as he's able to get his way through for a 9-yard gain, bringing up 2nd and 1 for the Eagles.
Well, that's the, doesn't that have to do with pass these 2?
They should be yelling at each other.
I don't know. I mean, the game, I did last year's game, and quite frankly, they once they got big. it
And
was so
Watson
big,
handed off to Crawford. And now there's
Carried again by Marcus Crawford.
There's a scuffle on the play for a second. Seemed to be a big shove from the Pioneers.
Penalty is against Springfield Central. Look down.
And the flag will be after the play, and that will be on Central for the personal foul.
Oh yeah, the guys at the yard mark. Yeah, so they gave
Take the kid out.
He's on the
So what do we got? First down or not?
I'm waiting for the guy with the ball stick. He's moving.
Timeout Central.
And the Eagles will call a timeout.
Timeout, Springfield Central.
No, they're giving them the first down.
So after a continuous stream of flags against both sides, we've definitely seen a lot of unnecessary plays from Central out there that have affected them. And now, with the score being 52-27 in the third quarter with 2:56 to go, we'll see how the offensive balance on both teams continue. We'll see how the Eagles continue their rush offense, but of course, if these flags keep coming up, we'll see how it affects them. So now, we'll see. So after the play, they'll continue on that first down, and we'll see what the Eagles are going to put themselves to do. A very slow final 5 minutes of this quarter with penalties setting it off. Watson with a quick pass. Watson finds Boston, and he'll get past the line of scrimmage, bring up second down.
Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
So 2nd and 7 for Boston on the 3-yard gain. Off the quick pass. See how Watson responds. He's going to hand off to Crawford. Crawford gets a big run
Carried by number 20.
to get
Marcus
himself
Crawford.
for
It is a first
the
down.
first down for
Springfield
the
Central.
Eagles. So Crawford manning his way through to punch it in for the first down, as he has been tearing it up tonight.
He's back next.
First down again. There's going to be a flag on the play. So it may be on Central. It's looking as its false start on the offense.
False start.
So I'll bring
Central.
back the Eagles. I believe Peaford is down. 1st and 15. So it will be a 5-yard penalty, putting the Eagles on a 1st and 15.
It is 1st and 15 for Central.
So once again, this quarter has been filled with penalties that have definitely been crucial for both sides. And right now, it seems to be Central. It seems like they've got more yards called against them than they've gained. And on another handoff, it doesn't seem to be too big of a gain.
Carried by
It's
Marcus
Crawford again.
Gain of about 4 on the play. 2nd down.
So 2nd and 11 for the Eagles off of the Crawford handoff. We'll see with the clock winding down in the third quarter how the Eagles play call this. Watson is at snap. He's alone in the backfield. He's throwing it up deep. That's for Keys. And almost intercepted. Bringing up 3rd and 11. That was targeted for Kevin Keys, but
Pass
instead,
Kevin Keys.
incomplete.
Up by number 25, Dan Wickstrom.
So now 3rd and 11, stopping the clock, putting it at 58 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, no, that's not going to stop. They didn't have the one tap.
They've been put in this situation several times tonight. So to see how they react this time, they get put in the same formation. Watson will throw. He looks for Ellison, but Ellison unable to receive.
Incomplete, intended for number 7.
Now when it comes to this drive, you may not have seen a lot of,
And 11.
offensive dominance from the Eagles on this one. However, they played it safe by draining the clock a lot compared to what they've been able to do. And now with 52 to go in the third quarter, they will be punting it. They'll set the punt. Almost blocked, and will take control. And to stop it is Brendan Guy, and he will
49-yard line.
ensure
First and 10.
that the Pioneers take it on the 49, first and 10 to start their drive. So Schofield on the snap. He throws it for the completion.
Schofield's pass is
So
complete.
Schofield able to get it to Brunell. So there's a flag on the
There
play.
is a penalty on the play.
So more confusion on it as these flags keep falling out and it doesn't seem to be announced. So now they will be being advanced. So Central not playing it as smart as they can here on getting these flags against them. And now the Pioneers put in excellent position, especially how Schofield has been playing. And there's the pass, but a big stop almost instantly. And Brunell
Jay Brunel.
is good, and that is Nieves.
Jose Neves.
And Jose Nieves able to get the stop for the Eagles almost instantly.
Kept getting that guy's back. 26.
And the handoff will not be good enough for the first down. And Corey Jackson with the tackle.
Tackled by number 24, Corey Jackson. That ends the third quarter. Springfield Central 52.
So with the third quarter coming to an end, we've seen a very slow quarter after about the 7-minute mark with Frank Velasquez's return on the kickoff. However, the end of the third quarter score 52 from your Eagles, 27 for your Pioneers. 12 more minutes to go on game time, of course, because it's not guaranteed how long real time it will be for your boys Division 3 high school football state semifinals between the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles and the St. John's Pioneers. You are watching Focus Springfield if you are just tuning in, and this is Ciro Zanetti on the broadcast.
You remember that when you're famous. Cyril. I got that. It'll be the I knew him when.
And on the opposite switch, they will call audible on the defensive end. So it's snap by Schofield, the quick pass attempt. It's thrown low. And the reception or the pass attempt is no good on the incompletion. So now It'll be 3rd and 10 with penalty set down, pushing them back. And there's another flag on the Pioneers. And there'll
Flag
be,
on the play.
it'll be 3rd and 5.
Central.
So the offsides on Central. So 2 back-to-back flags with 2 back-to-back flags 3 seconds into the quarter. We'll see how this turns out. And now Schofield, quick pass. And the pass was complete. It was Dennis and Nieves with the tackle.
Pass is complete to number 5, Eamon Dennis.
Yeah, Jose Nieves has been there
Tackle by
tonight.
number 10, Jose Neves.
So 11:48 to go in the game. These boys Division III Western Mass State Semifinals. Schofield, pass complete, and he brushes his way through,
Schofield's pass is complete
and
to number 82, Jacob Newsom.
they count it in. And the big play will be set down for a touchdown for the Pioneers. Jacob Newsom able to get in for 6. 33-52 now your updated score after a big finish. And now it's LaValle. And the kick is blocked. So the presence there still for the Eagles, and that was Terry Lockett on the big boy block for the Eagles. 52-33, and now the Eagles are set to return. So it was a much quicker drive that we've seen compared to the last couple minutes of the 3rd quarter. They get on the board again after a slow start to the 3rd offensively. The Pioneers looking to continue this to still be in it. So once again, 11:41 to go in the game. And they go for the onside kick, and there will be a flag, and that will, out of bounds kick will set the Eagles on perfect territory without even having to return it. And now the Eagles will take over in nice fashion. So on the last drive we saw from the Eagles, we saw a lot of penalties that really offset them. And of course, going for some deep conversions. Once they got past it with a big run from Crawford, they were set back again. They cannot afford that because that will continue giving St. John's another opportunity to score. And they're going to give an end-around handoff to Andre Ellison. Ellison trying to juke, but he gets taken down big time with a swarm of Pioneers to be there.
Carried by number 7, Andre Ellison. Tackle by number 39, Nick Machucelli.
Nick Mazzucchelli gets the tackle.
Say
And
the names first.
he's able to get a big tackle stopping Ellison on the end around handoff, as we've seen that a lot tonight from the Eagles, whether it's Ellison or Boston, or even a triple option. The run game tricks have been there. Watson ready, and there's the fake, and it's to Crawford. Crawford almost staying in bounds on the run as he's able to
Carry by number 20, Marcus Crawford.
get a gain of about 7.
Gain of 7 on the play.
So they'll bring up 3rd down for the Eagles. Seems to be a no huddle. 3rd and 5, the Eagles moving the chains, trying to hurry it up. And now the handoff again. And it's almost signaled.
Carry by Marcus
Crawford handoff,
Gain of 2 on the play.
getting a 2-yard gain. So they'll bring up 4th and 2. And they seem to be going for it. No. They have Miller out with Jackson as well. They'll be set to punt. This may be a trick to let us see how Miller throws, maybe. And there will be a delay of game
Delay of game
on
Central.
the Eagles, which will push them back on the penalty and give them more of a reason to punt it. Miller on the punt. Good punt. And on the muff, it seems to be recovered
Ball is
by
fumbled.
Central.
Covered by Central.
And what an incredible setup from Brower as he's able to get the ball back almost instantly. And the Eagles with an incredible punt from Ahari Miller and great presence from the special teams, getting down there just in time to recover. They move down the field. And he holds on to it, and he looks for Boston. He was not able to
Central passes.
hold it in for the completion. Instead, bring up 2nd down.
10.
Yep. 11. Well, 12
So
is
about
what
the
ball is.
12-yard line,
Gary, you on the radio?
they will be almost under pressure here to score again. Will be a timeout to stop the clock again. And now this will, as the game is slowing down with the final minutes almost here with 9:28 to go in the game. The Eagles 52 to the Pioneers 33. And as I've mentioned, this game, as freezing as it is, it must bring some point of recognition that these guys' fingers must be freezing. So the ones without gloves, when they're trying to receive, will definitely be hard for them to complete it all the time, and as well as being really able to catch those snaps that are poorly snapped. And now, 2nd and 10. At about the 12. It's Crawford in the backfield on this handoff. He's going to scoop around, and he comes short of the 1st down.
Carry by number 20, Marcus Crawford.
The ball was on the 5.
So on the rush, it'll be 3rd down with ball on the 5.
Two kept it.
And Watson keeps it, and he brings it into the house for 6. Central score again for 6. It's Watson, the freshman, leading his team to a big lead right now. And you just have to keep looking it into this perspective of Watson. And now 58-33, your updated score. And Crawford will be doing PAT. Crawford's kick will be no good.
The extra point is no good.
So your score still 58-33 with 8:42 to go in the game. So, I mean, the highlight of that drive was, of course, the punt by Miller that ended up being muffed and recovered by the Eagles, putting them in that territory. Because you can't forget about them being forced to 4th down. After making sure that they were in perfect territory, they let the play clock run out, push them back a couple yards, get them the room they need. And now for the Eagles, it's Gabriel to kick it off. And for once, it's not a squib, and instead he gets a nice kick, and it's fielded well.
Kickoff return by number 29, Nicholas Corelli.
So for the Pioneers, as they're able to field it or return it well,
First and 10,
it'll put
St.
them
John's from the 32
in what has
yard
been the story of this whole game, a must-need score. Of course, haven't been able to translate that. And now, the stop.
Schofield's pass is complete to number 1, Jay
And that-
Brunel. Gain of 4
Because
on
Jay
the
Brunel
clock.
had it, and it was Cameron Lee with the stop. So now that will move them up 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Schofield to throw it up once again. He was looking for the target.
Pass is
That was
incomplete.
Newsham, who was able to catch the touchdown last time. Pass incomplete. 3rd down brought up for the Pioneers. 8:02 to go in the 4th quarter. As the final minutes still approaching. So Schofield set the snap. On the pitch, it was fumbled and ball out, but it looks like the Pioneers were able to recover.
Ball is fumbled and recovered by
And
St.
that
John's.
will be 4th down, I believe.
Brings up a 4th down.
So will be 4th down for St. John's. So 4th and 12 for the Pioneers. Schofield needs to go for it. Pass incomplete. And that will be a turnover on downs, bringing out the offensive unit for the Eagles.
Central.
Swapping places. And now the Eagles will take over once more.
Oh, that's right. Once Once in the second half. I forgot they punted. No, they punted in the second half, right? Once in each half.
Once in each half.
Yeah.
And now,
Run the ball.
Right up the middle.
once again, 7:17 to go. The handoff to Crawford. A nice gain on the play, setting up second down for the Eagles. And they're put in a productive position. Second and 9, actually. (58-33) once again. Now there seemed to be confusion. Crawford swapped out. And sophomore Tycarion Daniels subbed in. And the handoff to Daniels. Daniels to go through. And he gets a nice gain on the play.
Carried by number 21 to Gary and Daniels. Gain of 5 on the play. Tackle by number 20, Sam Gadone.
So they'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Eagles after they bring in Tycarion Daniels. And now the Eagles have been attacking on the rush game, so we'll see if this continues to speed the clock up. Instead, they throw it to Boston, and Boston zooms through by him. Flag on the play, but he gets into the end zone.
Touchdown,
So the touchdown
Isaac Boston.
for the Eagles, and there will be a
There's a flag on the play.
flag on the play.
Is it against Central?
So there's going to be a penalty against
Penalty is against Springfield
Central. So boost them back after the big touchdown play from Boston. So 5:50 to go. 3rd down. We'll see how they react to this. And now Watson, fake handoff, the option, gets him going, jukes to the right, punches it in for the end zone.
William Watson.
Watson in for 6 again as the Eagles rip through. Even with the penalty, they put up 6 more, once more. 64-33 now your score after the big play from Watson. And now, incredible offensive exposure from the Eagles.
Sarah, what's up? How's it going?
And now the point after
Zach Crawford kicking.
will be set up. And the kick is
Extra point is
no good.
No good.
So 64-33 your score now.
Yep, 31.
So now 4:38 with the clock running, 64-33. A game of dominance for your Springfield Centralized School Golden Eagles as the offensive performance. Marcus Crawford has been the story of tonight, as well as freshman quarterback William Watson rushing his way in several times, as well as throwing it up to Griffin from Boston to finish in strong. So as far as the boys Division III high school state semifinals goes between the St. John Pioneers and the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles, this is what's in favor for the Eagles, and it's Gabriel on the kick. Another nice kick from him.
It's 12 with the ball.
And now for the Pioneers, with Stackley, who's on the return.
kickoff return by number 12, Antonio Stately.
3:30 to go. Once again with the clock going
First
down.
and 10, St. John's on the 25-yard line.
So once again, clock going down, 64 to 33. As we'll see what the Pioneers look to do in this. They're gonna rush it. It's a nice drive down the middle. However, it was C.J. Davis with the tackle.
Carry by number 26, Richardo Hilton. Gain of 9 on the play.
Hilton on the rush, and Davis on the tackle. Set to snap. Schofield looking for his man, almost thrown a second
Pass is incomplete.
too soon,
2nd and 1.
as his man was running the route and wasn't finished.
That is a correction, 3rd and 1.
So now 3rd and 1 for the Pioneers, as we're almost at 2 minutes left. And as I have continued to say, we have seen definite standout performances on both sides. We've seen Iman Dennis play incredible and Jay Brunel play great. And even Schofield throw out a cannon. And on that rush,
Carry by number 26, Richardo
he's good for the
Hilton.
first down. It was
First down,
Hilton.
St. John's.
So now 1:34 to go in your state semifinals. The Eagles 64, the Pioneers 33. And now a big cannon
Yeah.
launched, and there will be a flag.
There is a flag on the play.
And with a flag on the play, they're looking to see how the pass interference reflects it, and I'll push them down more. And of course, with that, the clock's still going down. So they're going to advance them down to and now it's Schofield. He snaps quick. The pass is complete, but he stopped instantly.
Pass is complete for
And now
loss on
20 seconds left to be for the game. And now the game winding down. The last seconds of the boys Division III high school state semifinals between the St. John Pioneers and the defending state champions between the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles. The Golden Eagles have won 64 to 33 in an incredible performance from both sides, and we have seen it all tonight.
Yeah, nice job.
Watson, incredible performance, as well as Marcus Crawford manning the offense. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into Focus Springfield. This was Ciro Zanetti, and I'll catch you at Gillette.